Officially, a murder mystery tonight. Toronto police have revealed they now believe Barry and Honey Sherman were murdered. Victims, they say, of a targeted attack. The couple was found dead inside their North York home on December 15th, and police initially hinted it may have been a murder-suicide. That has all changed.
Police broke their 6-week silence today and finally outlined what they believe happened to the Shermans at their Toronto home.
At 11:44 a.m. on Friday, December the 15th, 2017, we responded to a 911 call to 50 Old Colony Road. Officers attended the address and located Barry Sherman and Honey Sherman deceased. The cause of death for both Shermans was ligature neck compression. The manner was undetermined, with the only presented options being double suicide, homicide-suicide, or double homicide.
The case has garnered intense scrutiny. From the beginning, the family has insisted Barry and Honey were murdered.
11:44 a.m., December 15th, Toronto police get the call. It's understood to have come from the Shermans' real estate agent handling the house sale. The agent was also a family friend. Police send out a tweet. 2 people found deceased in a home. Word that those people were Barry and Honey Sherman spread fast. The couple was last seen on the 13th. A source close to the case told Sherman was still wearing the clothes she'd had on 2 days earlier. He has also learned she appeared to have been bloodied and injured before she died. 4:30 p.m. December 15th, the police first speak to the media.
The circumstances of their death appear suspicious.
But other than not dying of natural causes, what did suspicious mean? 8 p.m., another statement from police. It was not at all alarming.
We did not observe any signs of forced entry to the building, and so at this point, indications are that we have no outstanding suspect to be going after.
That's not directly saying murder-suicide, but it certainly left the impression police were thinking about that. No appearance of an urgent search for killers who might be on the loose. The next day, December 16th, media reports quoting unnamed sources within the police floated the murder-suicide.
As a unit, with the assistance of many other areas of expertise within our service, we have so far spent thousands of hours on this investigation. We are in the process of attaining or have executed 20 judicial authorizations and searches. Legal complexities in some executions have been challenging, given the litigious nature of Barry Sherman's businesses, in particular the search and seizure of electronics in Barry Sherman's workspace at Apotex.
It was the Saturday morning the Sherman children reached out to private investigators who would later have access to crime scene photos and a second autopsy. Less than 24 hours after their parents' bodies were found, they were already furious with police. 4:14 p.m., December 16th, they released this statement. We're shocked and think it's irresponsible that police sources have reportedly advised the media of a theory which neither their family, their friends, nor their colleagues believe to be true. The family was clear the Shermans had been killed. It would be at least another day before the homicide squad took the lead. Now, 6 weeks after the bodies were found, the police publicly say they agree the Shermans were murdered.
It's heartbreaking. I mean, it's shocking. And just knowing who they were, it wouldn't come to your mind at all. You would never think something like this is going to happen there. And we just saw them about 2 weeks ago. They had an open house, lovely couple. You know, we went through the home. They were very courteous, and Honey's a sweetheart. We've known her personally. She was just a lovely person, and it's so sad that something like this has happened.
And Sarah, you've been living across the street from the Shermans for quite a while now.
That's right, 5 years.
And you've known Barry and Honey to be a happy couple.
Oh, yes, of course.
You were saying that they threw parties, and you've been a part of the
no,
social scene?
we've seen it. We've seen. I mean, they've had a fundraiser for Justin Trudeau. They've had marvelous events. Just they're the pride of the neighborhood.
The family has hired its own private investigators and a second pathologist to look into the case further. So who did it? Police say they've already interviewed 127 witnesses and hope today's announcement will produce more leads. They've already conducted forensic reviews on 150 items seized at the home and studied more than 2,000 hours of surveillance video.
Their home was up for sale, and many people had access to a key through the lockbox. Those are some of the people police are talking to. Police say they've interviewed 127 people. combed through the couple's 3-story home, and they have thousands of hours worth of security camera footage from neighbors. Police also seized computers from Barry Sherman's offices, and yet
We haven't developed any suspects outside of understanding that people are outstanding for, or a person is outstanding for this offense. 2 residential properties belonging to the Shermans have been searched. The primary Sherman residence is a 3-story family dwelling of a size warranting 6 weeks of searching, forensic review, and seizing of evidence. This morning, we returned the residence to the family. To date, close to 150 bulk or packaged items have been seized and are currently being reviewed and forensically analyzed. A total of 127 witness statements have been compiled, and this number continues to grow each day. Neighborhood canvasses have occurred in the area surrounding the Sherman residence. This has included the collection of approximately 4 terabytes of security video from both commercial and residential properties. There are approximately 500 hours in each of these terabytes. What we have come to learn so far in our investigation that I'm willing to confirm with you today is that Honey and Barry Sherman were last seen alive in the evening hours of Wednesday, December the 13th, 2017. Neither of the two had communicated with friends, family, or associates from that time frame until their discovery on Friday, December the 15th. There are no signs of forced entry on all access points to the home. Honey and Barry Sherman were found deceased in the lower level pool area, hanging by belts from a poolside railing in a semi-seated position on the pool deck. They were wearing their clothing. We believe now, through the 6 weeks of work review, we have sufficient evidence to describe this as a double homicide investigation, and that both Honey and Barry Sherman were in fact targeted. We will continue to focus exclusively on evidence with whatever resources are necessary.
Barry Sherman was known for battles in the courts over the years as founder of the multi-billion-dollar generic drug company Apotex. But as for why someone would want to kill the couple,
I'm not going to discuss any motives.
friends, just like the Sherman family, were sure from the start this was a double murder.
Meanwhile, there's been a change in leadership at the company Barry Sherman built. Jeremy Desai resigned as president and CEO of Apotex Pharmaceuticals today in the midst of a lawsuit filed by a competing company. That suit alleges he acquired trade secrets from one of their employees.
The couple was loved by many. They had high-profile friends. They also donated millions to charities.
To my father, you are my hero. And I don't mean that like how all dads are heroes to their sons. You were a real-life superhero. When I was a kid in elementary school, we did these book reports on great Canadians. And I would always choose someone like Wayne Gretzky or Terry Fox. I didn't know at that time that you were one of those types of people.